What do you think when you hear the word volunteer? Some people might think of it as a positive experience. Some people might think of it as a negative experience. Some people might not know what to think at all. Volunteering, according to dictionary.com, is a person who voluntarily offers himself or herself for a service or undertaking. As a person in high school, I spent over 200 hours volunteering and spending time in my community to help make it better. And I believe that we should make volunteering a requirement to graduate. I believe that we should have at least 20 hours per year in high school to graduate. Now, why don't we already have this plan in action? There are other schools who do have this as a part of their graduation requirement, but at South Tama we do not. I think part of it is because we do not know how to keep it organized, how to keep it tracked, how to keep it enforced. Also, not everybody volunteers in our school. We do have a great majority of our student body that does, but there's people who don't know how to start. Evelyn Beck said in PTO Today in an article that people don't volunteer because they don't get asked to. They don't know how to approach the situation. Also, they do not know what they'd have to do in situations when they'd have to volunteer. They don't know what their job would entail. Also, they think, I don't need to volunteer because somebody else will do it. It's that diffusion of responsibility. But if everybody thinks that, then nobody will volunteer. So the other problem is keeping track of everybody's hours. So like I said, about 20 hours per year, total of 80 through your high school career. We also have to figure out what would be real volunteer hours. How do we know that these people are not just saying, oh, I did 20 hours of community service, but how do we know for sure? So I believe that we should have a list of places and people outside of the campus that are appropriate places to volunteer at. So places off campus could be down just at the other elementary school, or the food pantry, the Humane Society. There are multiple places around the community that need people to help volunteer, but kids just don't know about these places. So we have these volunteer cards that kids already keep track of, which could also be used for this program for graduation. All you have to do is put your name, the month and date, or month and year, and then the date on which you volunteer. You describe what activities you did during your volunteering, what hours, and then you have that person, your supervisor, initial this so we know that it is legitimate. Now, if we do the math here, 20 hours per year, 4 years, 80 hours, right? And we go to school for about 36 weeks out of the year. If we break that down, that's almost 30 minutes just during the 30 minutes a week. That's easy. You can spend 4 hours, doing something like at your church, or, half an hour walking dogs. There's so many different things that you can do, and they don't take time, and you don't have to make long commitments like some people think. It can be really short time, and you just have to log it and keep track. Now, another positive for volunteering, the Corporation for National Community Service did a study, and they found multiple health benefits from volunteering. So they found that people who spent some of their time volunteering, they had lower mortality rates. Later in life, they had lower rates of depression. And also National Service, another government program, had multiple benefits from volunteering. They found that it strengthened your communities. Kids are out in their community meeting new people that they would not have met if they were just sitting at home. It improves lives. The things you do for people, you may think it seems like really small, but the people really appreciate just the little things you do, whether it's just going to the nursing home and spending time with people who might not have relatives to visit with. Connecting with others through volunteer programs, you can make new friends. You can meet a mentor that maybe will help you later in life. You can meet with all sorts of people. And from these things, these positives that you're giving to other people in your life, it can transform your own life. You can see how your little things that you're doing is making such a big difference in other people's life, and that can really change you as a person. And I have experienced this in my own life from my own social experiences. I'm not afraid to talk and go and meet new people. I know some people may have anxiety from walking into a new room or a new building with people, I'm not afraid to do so. I can walk into a nursing home and greet people because either I've been there before or I've been in a similar atmosphere. I've also made friends through volunteering, and you could probably do the same. So like I said, through volunteering and making this a requirement through our schools, we can create a stronger community. We can connect generations to other generations. We can teach kids how to find places to volunteer so that when they get out later in life, they can find places and they're not afraid to ask to help people to volunteer. So I'd like you to advocate in your schools to require volunteer hours to graduate in an effort to instill positive moral values in our youth. Thank you.